So you ready to get this started?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm about to lead in with the introduction and go from there. All right.
Okay. And don't worry, I ain't got no back, no back type of distractions. I look, it's just Tupac. I got a cat somewhere in the house. If she meows, she just gonna be out and she'll be okay.
I was actually paying you a compliment, but you seem as though some people might have taken offense to that in the past. I didn't want to catch that strike.
Oh, you mean were you gonna say that I'm pretty? I mean, you can say that. I mean, as long as you ain't overly, you gotta be playing with it. Okay, just say, hey man, you beautiful, and then walk off. That's it. Let that be in the back of my mind. Like, who is that person? I gotta find them. Then how you just walk away from me? You can call me pretty. As long as you don't say nothing like you got some big lips. How is that a compliment? Well, I'm a big lipper myself. So, sir, you're not being player right now. You're not being player. Like it's all how you say it. I don't know, because I be hanging out with hood dudes and stuff like that. They taught me the game, but I don't know. It's like I don't,
Okay, I see. I
what
see you turned up early in the morning.
listen, and I just woke up like 15 minutes ago. So I mean, whatever you can say, whatever you want to say, just you have to learn how to put some sauce on it. So what were you gonna say?
No, I was paying you a compliment about the picture in the background, your poster. I like your poster.
Oh yeah, and I got Bob Marley on the other side. Just living, legends. They just in my room watching over me.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't trying to bring up that, what I'm saying. I didn't want you to, feel uncomfortable or nothing like
No,
that.
you can't. Listen. You can say that's fine. I like that. It gets my day. Every woman likes compliments. Every woman likes compliments. So
Well,
that's fine.
you just woke up 15 minutes ago and you're glowing. How about we go from
Hey, go ahead. Hey, I'm dapping you up through the screen.
there? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a great start to our program. I am your host, the Landover Legend, aka Big T, and this is another installment of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. Today, I have with me a very hilarious person. My next guest is an aspiring comedian, content creator, who also has her own show named after herself, available everywhere podcasts are available and all social media platforms. Give it up for the talented, the thought-provoking one, the one and only Kyndra Crump.
Hey, I see you putting that barbecue sauce, that honey mustard, that ranch, mixing it all together on me. That's right, Kendra Crump, aka the HNIC, because I am the head nigga in charge. Put some respect on my name, okay? Um, just want to say thank you so much again for allowing me to grace your platform and letting people know like what time it is, okay? And so I really do appreciate that. I appreciate your playalistic little compliment that you threw in there. Y'all need to learn from Big T now. Okay, he the truth now. Y'all sleeping on this man. Okay, now come on now. Y'all sleeping on him now.
I try. That's all I can say. I try.
I want to really quick ask you a question. Big T, did you try like so when I think of like somebody who has a name like Big, before the actual letter of their initial, whatever else it may be. Did you try like doing like bodyguard work or anything else like that? Or were you ever a bodyguard or did you beat up the school bullies like that the name? Like where did or did you just like come up with that yourself?
Well, unfortunately, I've been big all my life. So, um, in kindergarten, I was my teacher's enforcer. So when kids
Okay.
wouldn't listen, I would, drag them around for him. And later on in life, I played football. The
Mm-hmm.
Redskins came on to one of my tour days and offered me a tryout
Really?
back in my freshman year, but I got knocked on my ass in front of Art
Oh.
Monk and a couple other people. So I didn't want to go the professional route. And in my 20s, I did security for about 2.5 years. So yeah, I pretty much kept that roll up, most of my life, I guess you could
So
say.
you can so when I become a little bit bigger, I'm gonna hire you for my security or you retire with that.
Um, if I'm available that weekend, sure, yeah,
Okay.
I definitely check you out. But if I'm busy, doing other things, you can't get mad at me. I can
Of
send you a
course.
reference. I got good references.
All right, now look, you got to, and people like people. Listen, did you just hear what he said? If he's available, Okay, that means he's a man of he's an entrepreneur out here. He's not waiting on just this one hour. He's doing multiple things. I'm talking to a millionaire. I'm done gassing you up. I'm done gassing you up.
I appreciate that. So, won't you go ahead and introduce yourself to my audience?
So yes, guys, born and raised in Atlanta. Been here since I was zero. If you've been in a place for so long, you want to get up and get out and venture out to somewhere else. And I'm trying to venture out to Rapper the Game's house. So, babe, look, tired of shouting you out. Okay, everywhere I go. I need you to pick up the phone. I need you to respond back to that DM I sent you at 1:38 in the morning on April 19th, okay? Of this year. You know what time it is. You were up. You probably up doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, but look, it's okay. I moved past that. I forgave you already. But anyway, so hey, look, if anybody out there knows him, all right, let him know what time it is, okay? But yeah, currently go to Clark Atlanta University.
Okay,
My
okay. I see you.
bachelor's. Yes, yes, educated black queen. I learned a long time ago. You always got to have some type of something to fall back on. But get my degree in mass communications, with a minor radio, television, and film. So my dream is to be have my own radio and television show like Steve Harvey. I like one thing I like about Steve Harvey is that he is a man of many different things. He had the Steve Harvey show back in the '90s, which was cool. I watched the reruns, of course, when I was older, but it was cool. He had that. He did Showtime at the Apollo. He was a host for that. He eventually had the Steve Harvey show radio show. And then I remember one day, if you guys are familiar with the 85 South show with Carlos Miller, DC Young Fly, Chico Bean off of Wild and Out,
Of
one day
course.
they were invited there as guests. And Steve wasn't even in the freaking building. That's the type of level I'm trying to be. He could have been at his house, just probably got out of some cat, took a 5-minute commercial break, got in some cat. He probably was in some cat while he was on mute. Okay, that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to have my husband in my cat while we in the middle of recording. Hasn't everybody done that before? Like, have you ever taken a phone call in the middle of while you push on a couple of strokes? Hey man, what going on, man? Hey man, let me call you back. So look, that's why I'm trying to be. Okay, that's why I'm trying to be like Steve Harvey. Okay, he has books. I like to write as well. So, with all that being said, that's my goal you know, in life. And then of course, I was saying backup plan because I realized number one, God gives us all dreams. We all have something that makes us great. We all have something that makes us stand out. You can't say that you were just put on this earth to work and die. No, we all have a dream. And I want people today or right now really think about what is it that God has called you to be? What's your purpose in life? And if you don't know, ask him what is it that he wants you to do. So and I say that to say have a plan B. I know for so long I done heard Will Smith saying, and I love Will Smith, he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite actor. He once said, don't ever have a plan B because it distracts you from plan A. And that all well may be good, but in case plan A does not work out, you need to have something to fall back on. Because last thing you want to be is a 50-year-old rapper trying to still sell out, hand out your mixtapes at a gas station in the hood near you. Nobody wants that, okay? Like, bro, who the hey wants a freaking mixtape from a 50-year-old rapper? Like, I mean, and I'm saying, like, what you doing 50 years old still trying to rap anyway? Okay, it's like having hoop dreams at 60. Okay, just leave it alone. Okay, the Harlem Globetrotters don't want you. All right, dream is over. So with all that being said, have something to fall back on. And I remember when I was going through a series of unfortunate events, trying to figure out like what was it that I wanted to be in life. First thing I said was, "Oh, I want to be a chef." Until I realized there's too much math in this. I was failing math like damn near every year in school. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know how there's some kids out there who are like extremely smart. Like they come out the womb, like a week later they already talking. Like teeth ain't even formed in their mouth, but you already know what they saying. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. For there's some kids out there. It could be in second grade, reading on a sixth grade reading level, right? Child, I was in second grade reading on the pre-K level. I know my mama was tired of having to do these remedial classes with me. I know she was tired, man. Always at the PTA meetings with a different wig, so people want to know that that was her. Okay, so I said, okay, I want to be a chef. Now I can't do that. All right. Then next thing I said was, oh, I wanna be a basketball player. Now, here's a fun fact: 70% of my childhood, growing up, I actually had a basketball goal. Okay, but I was not out there practicing my shot, dribbling, handles. In actuality, I thought I was good because I remember hearing old men say, that girl is good. Me doing 3-on-1, and somehow I'm still shooting over these guys. I thought I was the truth, okay? I thought I was Calvin Cambridge. And if y'all don't know who that is, y'all need to go do y'all's research, okay? I thought I was him. Matter of fact, after watching that movie, I said, "Ooh, let me go around in some random hoods trying to find like some sneakers off of a pole and hope that starts raining and electric shock and everything else, and I can, I thought that, okay."
Okay.
Man, I'm so glad I didn't make it that far. But anyway, so I said, "Oh, I want to be a basketball player," until I realized I hate running. Like, why every time this person misses a layup, we all got to run a mile? Make that person run a mile, right? Then I said, "Oh, I want to be a hairstylist." Until I realized that you have to stand up on your feet all day. You can catch carpal tunnel. So what happens if you try to go home to masturbate? You can't. So I had to really figure out exactly what the hey was it that I wanted to do. Because I'm telling you, you know what? Let's go back to the basketball dream. When it came with the basketball dream, for me, I literally had this. Once I made it to high school, I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna be popular and have a boyfriend for every day of the week." Honey, I failed at both. Okay, and I said I was gonna be like this basketball sensation star or whatever else it may be. Like, people were gonna be watching me from like age like 12 and everything else. But like I said, one thing, because I grew up playing street ball, I didn't start doing fundamental basketball until my senior year of high school. And I'm like, what the heck is this? What the heck is this? Like, why do I have to wake up at like no. I take that back. I started practicing fundamental type basketball my sophomore year of high school. Having to be there at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. No, last time I woke up at 6 a.m. was when my mama used to have to wake me up to get my hair pressed out with the hot comb. My mama, look, we were kind of ghetto, right? We didn't actually have the like hot comb stove, whatever you call that applicator thing. We
Okay.
placed it on the burner. Okay, and she had that the grease that slapped on her hand. Okay, and she slapped that grease and then place it back and slick it back. I used to hate that, man. And but you know what's crazy was I remember I had this one job where I had to be at work at 5 a.m. So I remember it. I laughed to myself years later. I'm like, man, I can't believe that I was complaining about waking up at 5:45, but I started waking up at 4 a.m. to get to work by 5. So it's funny how, as children, we complain about these things, but as adults, like, this is our reality type stuff. So I think for me, I just felt like, basketball, I could play basketball. Well, not forever, but I felt like, okay, I'm gonna play basketball probably up until I'm 40 years old, have some good investment deals. Like, I already believe in God. Me and God are like, that's my right hand man. He ain't gonna let no a bad accountant come into my life. He's gonna block it. Okay, because I'm a child of God. You ain't gonna play with one of his kids, honey. But God don't work that way. All right. It took me a long time to realize, like, God is not a genie. Okay, he's not a genie. Like, you know how many times I didn't have many wishes. I didn't used to blow out. I found, I think, a few 4-leaf clovers, dandelions. I used to blow out on my birthday. I tried. I remember when Burger King or McDonald's used to have like toys or whatever, and so sometimes these toys would be like little love potions, all this little voodoo crap. What type of mess is that, right? So I remember going to like get some love potions. I'm like, okay, God, I need for you to make this work. Let that boy in school like me. Child, not only did that boy in school not like me, but I think he avoided me at all costs. It was something going on with that mess. All right. I'm like, how dare he? I'm like, how do you know everybody in the school knows for a fact that I like you. Okay, I had a great crush on you from 4th to 6th grade. How you gonna date the girl who's missing a barrette? Okay, at least I come to school with my hair all done. You know, at least my hair used to look like those just for kids perm, just for me perm by kids without the perm, honey. Okay, my mama was slaying like that. She could have been a hairstylist, but you know, my mama do what she want to do. But I'm saying like my clothes were fresh. All right, I came in to smell like some Dove and Dial soap. You know you wanted this, but now you wanted to go date the girl who got missing teeth and she's still in 6th grade. Come on now, that's just irresponsible.
Wow.
She should have left. I'm just saying. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. Anyway.
So it sounds like you didn't know what you wanted to do coming up. And then you had all these dreams and aspirations, but you didn't put no work behind it.
I didn't, and it was like I said, one thing I think what it is that our parents tell us all the time that you know, how to go about in life correctly. They'll give us advice, but every parent should know that your child's not going to listen to you first. They're going to listen to other and outside influences, or life happens where then what you said comes in the back of their mind, and from the back to the forefront of their mind. Like, okay, I see why my mama told me no, or I see why my dad said don't do this, or my older siblings said not to go that way. I just didn't think that no matter with anything, you have to really practice it. Even with me doing comedy. Now, here's the thing, comedy is not hard, but let's say they paid you for a 45-minute show. Everything's going good right now. First 15 minutes, I'm talking. And then I'm kind of running out of material, and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get off the stage. And then you look up, you're like, oh shoot, I got 28 minutes left. Ooh, skirt. Let me go hound some, and don't let it be a bad show, and you can't come back there no more. So it's like you have to really. Here's the thing: I like to talk. I like to talk. You know, I can talk till 6 o'clock the next morning if you allow me to. All right. But what I've learned, like I said, is like, and I had to study after comedians, and I had to learn like you can be versatile with different things. You can talk about different things and still be funny. But the problem is that we live in this day and age of a generation where people are so sensitive. You can
Mm-hmm.
get canceled for doggone pretty much anything, honey. Anything. And it's like y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. You over here trying to focus on canceling me, but you can't focus on your credit score. Why is it still a 500 and you're 30? There should be no reason for that. But focus on that hairline that's going back further than abuse in the Jackson family.
Damn.
Okay, focus on your teeth. I'm trying to understand why your teeth throwing up gang signs. You got the audacity to try to talk to me. I'm trying to understand why is it that you got waves but your teeth are yellow. You're brushing the wrong thing, my guy. Okay,
Damn.
sis. These men are trying to understand why does your cooter cat taste like McDonald's pocket change?
Oh
Focus
my
on that.
God.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying. Why don't you focus on that instead of trying to focus on canceling me? I'm gonna tell you a joke I made on social media one day. All right, and guys, this was a joke. Okay, don't y'all sit here try to throw no rotten tomatoes in my DMs. Don't you sit here and throw no rotten tomatoes at me in real life because I throw hands. Okay. Anyway, just want to put that out there. Nuck if you buck. All right. So I said transgender women aren't women. Let's call them X-Men. That's a joke I said. Transgender women aren't women. Let's call them X-Men. Here comes the community. What are you talking about? They are women. Right? So I don't argue in my comments. I don't be doing that. Realize that's exhausting. I ain't got time to be trying to, talk tough with you online. I talk tough with you in person. See if like Master P say, about it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was really about to say to them, what bathroom you want me to meet you at? Because I mean, you're not gonna sit here and try to get crunk with me online. I know you in real life, Clarence, Stephanie. Okay. So I remember I had some other people who were a part of the community who were transgender. And they said, Kyndra, that joke was freaking hilarious. Girl, what they tripping off of? Again, or everybody is different. Some people can take a joke, some people can't. I remember months prior, I made a gay joke. The joke was, how are you gay and can't dress? What the hell were you doing in the closet the entire time? Made that joke. Nobody was tripping off that. Months before that, I made a skinny girl joke. I said, dating a skinny girl is all fun and games until you hit 90 on the freeway and she flies out the window like a paper napkin. One skinny girl who I knew in real life, who I stopped talking to because this woman is mentally off. Like her parents failed at not getting her some medication at an earlier age, right? So
Okay.
I said, she's like, Kyndra, this joke is not funny. Delete it. And somebody, I was like, is this your first day on the internet? And so I'm like, welcome to the internet. And so that's all I said. People putting laughing emojis at me, laughing emojis at her. She says, you know what? Forget you. You're blocked. I mean, if you're gonna block somebody, just block them. Don't sit here and say, tell that person that you block. Like, who says that? All right. So then all of a sudden, I'm done arguing. That's the only thing I said. All of a sudden, her husband sends writes on the page trying to argue with me on the page. And then the next thing I said was, writes a whole thesis statement on an argument. And next thing I said was, I said, you just wasted your time because I'm not even reading any of that BS. How are you going to sit here and argue with a female for a female? And that's all I said. Shut him up, right? Until he slides in my DMs, still trying to be crunk with me. He's like, Kyndra, you all were childhood friends and you guys went to church together, and how dare you sit here and allow a joke to tear y'all's friendship apart? I said, sweetie, I haven't spoken to your mentally ill wife in years. Okay, and there's a reason for that. You married her, you know she's not all the way there. All right. You married her and you don't understand that she is not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. Okay. You still out here having sex with her. Y'all reproducing, probably getting a child. You better hope that child comes out with your common sense. But then again, you over here still shacking up with this woman. Well, no, they married. You over here still slapping cheeks, slapping this mentally ill woman's cheeks. You are not all the way there either. So you better hope that your kids, ain't got no mental illness because they parents, they too far gone. Okay, what did Monica say? So gone. For you know the song. All right, I can't sing it. All I'm just saying is, you can't sit here and cyberbully people. People fail to realize any form of bullying can end somebody's life. Some people can't handle that. So with that being said, it's like I've always been taught if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting here just doing so many heinous things to people? People also fail to realize that words hurt, man. Think about some things that your parents said to you all that really hurt your feelings. And you remember what you said. They don't remember what they said. That's how it goes oftentimes. It's not cool. It's not right. So parents, I advocate, or anybody out there listening, watch what you have to say. I know we all get angry, but mature people are going to remember how it feels. No, you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. You don't have to say everything. That's listen. God gave you common sense for a reason. Use it, doggone it. I'm done talking about that. I'm done because I can be sit here and preach. You didn't start. You will probably get the piano. Somebody gonna break out in a praise dance and listen. You gonna call me Minister Kyndra, whatever. I'll be ordaining myself, honey.
At the end of the day, you gotta realize, as a whole in this entire world,
Mm-hmm.
common sense ain't common. And I learned that years ago, and I take that, with a grain of salt when I hear people responses or any type of ignorant stuff that people say or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's just like, it is what it is. And at this point, you either gonna, learn and grow and get past those traumas. And I'm not saying that, all traumas are something you can get past, but, get the help for it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just, what I'm saying, lean into it or keep it to yourself or push it down and expect it to go away, because it's not. It happened. Something you got to deal with and something you have to, you know, grow in order to, not be a person who's oblivious to what the world is. And it's a world full
Mm-hmm.
of people with different views and opinions on things. So you should, you know, be acceptable of that, and, pick and choose what you decide to, argue over, things of that nature.
What have you always gotten it together, or did it take time for you to, you know, get your own advice, like take your own advice or whatever else it may be? Like, did you always know to do that, um, or did you have somebody teach you, or did you have God one day come to you in a dream and say, "Big T, stop that mess"? I feel like that's how God be talking.
No, actually, I mean, I'm still going through that. I'm growing every day. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that I picked up over the last, 5 years of my life, and
Mm-hmm.
a discipline that, I try to, give to, teach upon myself, and also to, get other people hip to, because not everybody knows to think like that because of how they were raised. We're in a generation now where they're literally babies raising babies, and if they were that young when they started, procreating, it's like, how much could you know before you started, educating another life
Mm-hmm.
and maturing them and making sure that they're ready for the world when
Mm-hmm.
you weren't ready at that time?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't lived long enough to, have any experiences or give enough, and instill those lessons and those principles that need to be to become, you know, uh, a person in society who's actually contributing, who's not just out here doing whatever or causing trouble or, not contributing to, what we need to keep this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we just like shooting by the hip, not 70% of the time. I mean, look at the state of the US right now.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even travel to, I think, like 60% of other countries, let alone you can't even leave out the house in most states here, without dealing with someone's ignorance or whatever the case may be. So that's a conversation that can go for another hour, and I know we're not here for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, part two. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a very serious person, but I know when to. I mean, I'm a very funny person, but I know when to get serious. You can't just be jokey, jokey, jokey all the time. You have to actually be serious and let people know that you can speak on some things. Now, here's the thing: I'm a very woke individual as well. There are some things I will not speak on because I know not everybody's ready for the truth. I'll might I some people know what time it is when I talk to them, and they're like, you know what? Okay, cool, cool, cool. I can rock with her. I can have a conversation with her. Other people, you know what? You just living in a little fairy tale bubble of what the world has taught you, shows that you brainwashed. Okay. Make sure, listen, once you make it, make sure you don't put my name on the sell your soul sacrifice. Do not kill me off. Kill somebody else off. Okay. Go kill off the crackhead who still owe you some money. Okay. Put their name down on that list. Don't you put my name on the list. All right. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. So I read the entire Bible, right? It's
Uh-huh.
been it's been only two people in the Bible who did not die. God just took them up, with them. They disappeared in the wilderness. And one of them is in Genesis. I think his name was Enoch. It is Enoch. The other person can't remember who the other person's name is, right? And I say, you know what? That's how I want to go. Like I'm telling you, man, me and God, we right here, man. We be playing talk together. Listen, I done passed God a 40, and I said, hey, let's pour it out for the dead homies, and he never gave it back. So I think he's still pouring it out, right? And me and God are like tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want God to do that to me. Like, I don't want to die. I want him to take me up into the wilderness. You know, with my, I'm thinking I'm gonna have like, I think that I'm gonna have my he's like, Kyndra, get dressed, wear your best of your best. I'm gonna have a chinchilla fur coat on. I said, okay, God. He'd be like, okay, go outside. I'm gonna be floated. Like, Kyndra, where you going? You floating, man. I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, guys, peace. See y'all on the other side.
I don't. I actually, I kind of want to go out like Richard Pryor said in Harlem Nights. You
Mhm.
know, laying in my bed, surrounded by my family. You know.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you about to say surrounded by women. You know what? Harlem Nights is not. Okay, y'all have probably liked me up until this point, but I don't care. Fight me if you care to.
Oh shit.
Um, you know how every black
What you about to
person.
say?
You know how every black person has a couple of black films they just don't give a damn about.
Mm-hmm.
Harlem Nights is one of them for me. Maybe I gotta watch it again now that I'm a little older, but I can't get with it. I think the part that kind of messed me up, Eddie Murphy shooting off Della Reese's toe. What you doing fighting a woman? Like, what is this? What is that? I can't get with it. I don't care. I don't care for Set It Off. I don't care for Boomerang. I don't care for Friday. Sorry, I can't. I don't care for Honey. I don't care for white chicks. All right. That I'm gonna tell you the part that really freaked me out in White Chicks. It still kind of freaks me out. Terry Crews going on a date with Sean, and they at the dinner table, and he had that long tongue. Child, that kind of screwed with me. I said, "What the heck is this? Like, what is this mess?" I don't, I don't care. Some of Tyler Perry's films. Now, I'm talking about when he was. This is probably the 20th film that he played Medea. When it had Tiana Taylor, she's like yelling, "Byron!" I mean, honey, that
Mm-hmm.
just it just was overdone. It's like at some point, I'm going, all right, I'm about to get a little controversial, okay? And if y'all want to talk more about it, slide in my DMs, okay? After a point in time, it's not funny when a man is playing a woman. After so long, how much funnier is that gonna be? And not only that, Tyler Perry, a lot of his material, it's like stereotypical things in the black community, and you're making money off of that. And the sad thing, we're supporting that, and it's like this is not who we are. There's it's not gonna be always gonna be some single mom and struggling. And no, you have to. I want to look at the good parts of the black community, uplift the black community. Now, again, I like Tyler Perry. I like what he's done. I'm not saying he's a bad man whatsoever. All right, I don't want y'all to think that, because I'm telling you, you got some people, again, they ain't the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. They're gonna be like, Kyndra Crump does not like Tyler Perry. No, Tyler Perry, very giving person. He does a lot of philanthropy. Has a very philanthropic. I feel like I'm not saying it right
Philanthropy.
correctly. Well, I was gonna say philanthropic or philanthropy type heart. Yes, I was
Okay.
trying to follow it with heart, but he has very giving, type of very generous man. But at the same time, I really feel like you can, if you want to sit here and have an all black cast, it's cool. But I want this all black cast to be a part of something that is positive and not a predictable film. I remember I asked my sister one day, I said, mentioned a Tyler Perry film. I said, hey, they're playing it on BET. She's like, Now, mind you, my sister, she's like 15, 20 years older than me, right? My parents really started over. They had me in their 40s, late 40s. I think they were listening to Ron Isley's Between the Sheets. I don't know how the hey I got here. Anyway, back to the story. So I remember I asked her about Tyler Perry's film, and she's like, And I said, why not? She's like, it's too predictable. And then as you get older, you realize you don't want to watch a predictable film. And if you think about it, that's really all his films have been about. And I see a lot of people do skits about his films, and it's really like the skits are hilarious because it's true. Because like I said, it's predictable. So again, I think with that being said, I want to see, and I think he said he's retiring the Medea character, but I want to really be able to see if he happens to bring another Tyler Perry film out. I want it to be a something that is like different than what he's used to doing. And y'all, I say the things that actually people think, but they're too afraid to say. So we can, like I said, y'all slide in my DMs. We can talk about this. That's how I feel.
Well, minus the blasphemy you had over Harlem Nights, I don't, I don't.
Everybody says it like, what? Hey, there's somebody out there who agrees with me. If you don't like Harlem Nights like I don't, slide in my DMs, please. Okay, we can unite on all y'all.
Yeah, I mean, different strokes for different folks, and I could respect that. And it's not like I was going to end the podcast after you said that and 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 block you on social media, nothing like that. But my thing is, I heard when you were speaking about the particular scene. I see why you disagree with the movie. It's something in there that you didn't agree with, and that's understandable. And what Tyler Perry's doing and people like him are doing, they're taking what Hollywood has done before and profiting off the pain or the history of, what America has done to Black people and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's not uncommon. He's trying to take that and put a spin on it at the same time. Now, he's not really doing any thought-provoking work, according to what you're saying, and what a lot of people think as well. So what he's doing is he's providing people of color with opportunities to star in these films that are going to get put out anyway. So if he's going to do it, he's going to do it his own way and, bring the people up around him, which is what you should do. But as far as your message or the thought or the product that you put out there, not everyone's going to see that as, a moneymaker, which unfortunately runs the world.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you have a Black film that you don't really care for that's pretty popular in our community?
Um, there's a lot of things in the Black community I don't really care
You,
for.
you could just name
Uh,
one. Just name one.
uh, like Jay-Z's music. I'm not a fan of his music,
Uh-huh.
but the way that he's built his empire is a literal blueprint that people should follow. Now, I'm not saying every strategy he used was good, but I like the way he makes money moves. As far
Gotcha.
as films go, um, I I don't like stage plays, so
Okay.
pretty much most of the stuff Tyler Perry did. Um,
All that singing going on.
Not just that, I like a good performance, but it's just a lot of overacting, and like you said, it was very repetitive, like
Uh-huh.
predictable, so
Uh-huh.
that put into film, like I may have watched the one with Janet Jackson in it.
Oh, why did I get married?
Yeah, I think
That
I
why did I get married one? It's my favorite one. Why did I get married two? It was just over drawn out, like Angela's banging on the airport desk, like banging on it, say, "Where's my da, da, da?" I was like, if that was real life, she would have been arrested because you can't act like that. It was like I said, it was just some things that I'm like, I don't know. Some things I'm like, okay, well, hey, go off. I'm gonna tell you another film that I don't care for. Um, that I think oftentimes when we get like we see, our people in the film, we get excited. We're like, let's go support it, and even though it's trash, we're still gonna support it. Superfly 2018 version, trash.
that was shot in Atlanta, wasn't it?
I think it was. I mean, I didn't see it. Had I known, then I would have gone up to the director and pimp slap him like, Negro, are you serious? What's wrong with you? You knew this was bad. Keep it back in the 70s, okay? Um,
Damn.
you know a movie is bad when they cursing just to be cursing. And I did a movie review about this on my YouTube channel. And so I was like, it just literally looked like it was put together. The sex scene was terrible. I said, that's not how you do it. This is how you're supposed to really do it. I mean, I don't know how you really supposed to do it, but I'm figuring I can do a better performance than what that Wahala was. Okay, that hoopty la. All
So
right.
you would have rather been in that scene and showed them how to do it right?
Yes, man. Yes, man. I could have put on a show so good that everybody could have had their popcorn and ready, taking notes. Okay, come holler at your girl, or
So
anybody out there who needs to know how to do something. Come holler at your girl.
Y'all heard her. She's out here perfecting sex scenes, people.
Anyway. But no, I mean, like I said, it's just that movie just wasn't. It just wasn't good. I mean, y'all can watch it. I got lost. I didn't know what was going on. I just literally was so happy it came to an end. I'm gonna tell you another movie. It. I don't even. I think it went straight to DVD. Mac 10 and Fat Joe, they did a movie together called like Above the Waters or something like that. It's on YouTube if you want to go check it out, which I don't think y'all should. But anyway, it's up to you. That's your homework assignment from me. Okay. I couldn't get through it. I tried, and I forced myself. I had to pause the movie to take breaks, mental breaks at that. This was back in the day. I think it was in the late '90s when a lot of these rappers wanted to like be actors, so they
Hmm.
would just go and get like get a storyline, make a plot. It literally was bad, and I want to hey shout Fat Joe and Mac 10. I know you guys have subscribed to this channel. I know that you all have are listening to this podcast. I need one of y'all to slide in my DMs and please answer this question. What the hell were you thinking? Okay? In all caps. So did y'all what happened? Did nobody stop y'all and be like, hey man, just let's not that whole plot was bad, man. It was bad, but this is back in the day when they wanted to make a hood film. Like, oh yeah, let's be actors. I saw Denzel act, so now I want to be a Denzel of the hood. Negro sticks to rapping. I'm telling you, man, some of these people try to go and venture out, out there trying to make it. And I'm like, stick to what you good at. Not everybody can be like, I think you have some basketball players trying to listen to, make rap music. Did you listen to Shaq's album?
No.
Okay. And it's the reason that probably a lot of people didn't do that. Cause like, bro, Shaq. And I mean, I haven't listened to his album, and who knows, he might actually be very talented in what he does. Who knows?
That's true.
But what I do know
I've
is
heard
like,
Shaq rap before, but
mhm,
I never listened to his album like purposely. I never like walked in someone's house back in 1994 whenever he was making music and they was like, "Hey, check out track 3." It just didn't happen, you know?
got you.
So it's a lot of things you aren't supposed to do. You aren't supposed to go to a burger place and ask for the spaghetti. But people do that, you know? And then when
They trying to go against the grain. Don't do that, man. I'm telling you, here's my thing. Chris Brown. I would listen to Chris Brown's rap album if he was to put one out because Chris Brown has shown he's multi-talented. But there are just some things that I just, Cat Williams. I mean, he did a little freestyle on 106 in Park, and it was so good that Jim Jones had to cut the freestyle because he knew that Jim Jones was being killed by a comedian. You know,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, Cat Williams, like he was actually freestyling over the "We Fly High" song, and I said, wow, like go ahead, Cat. And Jim Jones knew that he was like destroying him on his own beat, and he had to cut it off. Jim Jones, you hater. Just want to let you know that, okay? The
Wow.
HNIC said that. Run it up. That's all I'd say. I'm done talking crap.
So what was your problem with Friday?
I just think for me, because my kid brother, he watched that movie so much. Like that was one of his favorite films. He watched it so much, and I watched it. It just, I guess, I just didn't like it. Like that. Like it just didn't hit for me. I didn't understand at the time. Now, mind you, I grew up in a different way than a lot of other people. Like, I done been to some folks' homes where I done had the parents were like cursing out their kids in front of me, right? I wasn't used to that. That was like a shock, culture shock to me. I'm like, parents do this? Like if my mom reprimands me, she doesn't even use profanity. She, yells or whatever, but she doesn't use profanity. So culture shock. When Debo got into a fight with Craig towards the end, and everybody's standing around watching the fight, I'm used to if somebody fights, they automatically breaking it up. Nobody's allowing two people to fight. So all of that, I just wasn't. I just didn't understand it. Even when Smokey was smoking like had 5 joints in his mouth, I'm like, I thought people just only have one joint in their mouth. Like, I just, because like I grew up in this like black and white type of, had this mentality because I was sheltered with a lot of different things. I just wasn't just couldn't do it. I mean, here's the thing, Friday is not a bad film whatsoever. It's just one of those films where if I have nothing else to do that day, I I'll watch it. I guess I didn't like the fact how Craig's mama, she made all that food for herself, but she wanted to be stingy and not give Craig none. Knowing for a fact they out of milk. Come on now. Come on, mama. Don't do that. Now that's part of having a mother's love and care. I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, Miss Parker, why you with a midget? Like, come on, like you knew what time it was when you came. Come on now, Miss Parker. So like I said, I just it just really it really just some things I just didn't understand about it. But hey, what's crazy is I've come across people who have said the same thing. They've said, Kyndra, I don't care for Friday. I'm like, I'm glad someone else said that. You know what? When I asked this question in a random polling question, I asked this question. A lot of people said love and basketball. And I was like, what? But again, everybody is different. Everybody's different. And I just think for me, I didn't, it couldn't slap for me. I have not, I'm going to tell you something else. You know how you say you don't care for Jay-Z's rap or albums? I ain't never listened to one album by Jay-Z. Not because I'm not allowed to, because again, I was very sheltered as a kid, but I want to be able to do a lot of those first with a significant other. So guys, my DMs are open. Depending on how you look, I'll entertain you. All right. It's a lot of you ugly mofos out there. Don't do it. A lot of you old mofos out there. Bro, you're 50. Come on now. You trying to are you going through a midlife crisis? You trying to control me, trying to manipulate me? Find a woman in your age group who already has it together. I mean, come on. You know what? I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but I just never understood men out there who go after women 20, 15, 10 to 30 years younger than them, right? And I've had men tell me, they said, well, Kyndra, a lot of these women who are in our age group, they're bitter. They've had life experiences and they take their anger out on us. So we go after somebody young who doesn't have that type of those type of issues. Somebody said, Kyndra, don't believe that. It's not also this as well. A lot of these men, they go after young women because there's something mentally wrong with them, and they want a younger woman who isn't susceptible to their BS. They can play games. They're like, oh, well, if I just pay, her bills, a few of her bills, and I can just get what I want from her. A trophy wife. They want her on her side, on the side. She looks better. I'm like, I done met some women who are in their 40s and 50s, and these women are fine. So again, and then on top of that, it's a lottery system. It's a lottery analogy. Let me just shoot my shot at anybody, see who ends up, winning. And I have a lot of men, like I said, when I call them, and when I call these men out and I ask them questions about this, the men who trying to talk to me, crickets. I don't hear back from them. I
Not
love it. I
not
love
every
it.
not everybody can saying go on par with you. So they used to submissive, or somebody that just walks like a straight line, or whatever the case may be, or someone who's just going with the flow. Not everyone can have a real conversation. You know what I mean?
I
They can
can't.
they can talk, they can hit bullet points, they can read off their little mental script that they prepared, but to have a real conversation about real shit, a lot of people aren't, ready for that. And something I realized a while ago is that a lot of men, mostly boys, don't know how to have conversation with women unless they're trying to, get with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem, and that's what puts people in situations where they're stuck in relationships, or they're leading someone on, and they create a woman who likes to think like a man now because they got, played or used or abused or whatever the case may be by a person that really shouldn't have been talking to anybody in the first place. They should have been working on themselves before they decided to involve someone in their life, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Mhm.
But to go back to what I was saying, you mentioned that you grew up sheltered and a lot of people did, and I don't want you to take any offense to this, but you kind of remind me of the comedian Kev on Stage, because he kind of grew up similar to the way you did, and he wasn't
Mhm.
exposed to a lot of things. So a movie like Friday was familiar to me.
Mhm.
So it's not going to hit for you like it hit for me, because, you know, I've been there. I know those struggles. I know those situations. I've seen those situations. I come through, adversity like the people in the film did, or the
Mhm.
characters in the movie did.
Mhm.
So of course it's going to make me laugh. Of course I'm going to find it entertaining, and I'm going to, have like-minded people who grew up with me who's going to think the same way. And a lot of people don't, which is fine.
Mhm.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I watched, like The Revenant or something like that and be like, oh man, that shit was fire because, I went through that same thing. No, I didn't get attacked by a bear, no shit like that. But,
Mhm.
I can respect the action or the storyline to certain films.
Mhm.
So that's what a lot of people don't take into consideration when it comes to, judging something, or, putting the perspective behind it. Oh, it was trash. It was trash to you because you didn't understand it. You didn't feel where it was coming from. So, you got to take a step back and realize you can't put out emphasis, especially if you're a person in power, like at Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. And because you couldn't relate, you decide to, put a film down. That's bullshit to me. But that's just my opinion.
Oh no, of course, of course. And again, I think the thing is, a lot of people, they think, I think what's wrong with America is they're trying the things that we know for a fact are wrong. We know for a fact are wrong. They're trying to make it right and trying to brainwash into making us think like them, which is why there are a lot of people out there who are screwed up. There's a lot of people out there who don't want to change. And so sometimes it's like you feel like you're the last of the real breed. It's like, it reminds me of in the Bible, I think it was in Genesis, Sodom and Gomorrah. And even prior to Sodom and Gomorrah, where after sin entered into the world, there weren't that many righteous people out there who was in walk with God. Like you had Noah, you had Abraham. And in Sodom and Gomorrah, there were only like two people who were righteous and, with God. And it seems like it's a lot of people who are following the crowd. We don't have enough leaders. We have a lot of followers, and a lot of people are following the wrong thing. And it's like how is this cool? Like for example, I'm gonna give you, and I'm not gonna touch too much on because again, we're gonna be here till the next day, okay? But people who decide to post guns, pictures of guns, post them smoking weed, post something that is described. I call it snitching. Okay, that's what I call it. People think, oh, you snitch. They a lot of people think when I say the word snitch, snitching is telling on somebody, like the average definition of what snitch is. But no, you can self snitch. How many of these rappers out here snitching on themselves in their song and they wonder, oh man, why the feds after me? Fool, you told on yourself. you know? So same thing. Like when did it become cool to post videos and pictures of you smoking and doing drugs and all this type of stuff? And especially if you work a corporate type job, you ain't no rapper. Even some of these rappers who have felonies, what are you doing posting pictures of guns for? You can't have that. So when did that become cool, man? I know this one dude. He's told me, and this boy's a smoker. He's like, Kyndra, I'm a smoker, but guess what? I'm not gonna do. Not gonna post no picture of me smoking. That's not cool. You snitching on yourself. You wonder why you can't get a job, a good job at that. So again, like I said, like I don't know. I think a lot differently than the average person. You know, I'm sitting here. I'm a very jokey person. I'm a very calm, cool, collected. I tell people all the time, I'm part nigga. Like people, you know what people have told me? People said, Kendra, do you even get like a period? I said, yeah, of course. Why you ask that?
What?
And I'm gonna tell you why they said. I said, why you ask that? I said, because Kendra, like you don't get upset. You don't get those symptoms. That PMS. I said, guys, PMS is not real, man. That's made up by a woman, and women just started to follow the train, talking about, oh, now that I'm bleeding, I'm gonna sit here and act like a female dog. That's who you been. You just want to just try to make this 7 days out the month. Which I'm trying to understand. You got some women out there, they get a period like 2 or 3 days. Honey, you need to go to the doctor. You're not normal. Something is wrong with you. Ain't no such thing, no 2 or 3 day period. Come on now. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You want to sit here and make up, oh, well, yeah, I've been bleeding for like 7 days. And like, I'm cramping it. Take a Midol and go lay yourself down. There ain't no such thing as no PMS, man. I don't get that. I'm the same Kyndra Miranda Crump from the day I was 0 to the day that I expire. Okay? I'm probably gonna have a period for the next 40 years, maybe. Who knows? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here and curse you out. I'm gonna start crying profusively. I'm gonna eat up all the food in the refrigerator. Ain't no such thing, no PMS. Fellas, I'm putting y'all up on some freaking game now. Do not believe it. Next time your woman starts acting, what's wrong with you acting moody? Oh man, I think my period's coming out. Honey, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just mad. You just mad because your coworker finally cursed you out. What? You deserved it. Oh, and women, let me say this to y'all. Y'all want to sit here, come home, complain to y'all significant other about what, Shay said to you at work, or Becky, Lisa, how y'all got this imaginary beef. Y'all, Lisa, Shay, Becky, they all just want to lick your cooter. Let them lick your cooter and y'all go ahead and live a happy life. Sometimes you just need a good lick from the same sex, man. It might make you feel a little bit better. Okay? That's all I have to say about that. I'm done talking.
I'm not gonna say the comment I was just thinking, but I'm gonna let that one go. How you doing on time?
We can go ahead and wrap it up right now so I can go and use the restroom and brush my teeth and get beautified for work today so I can deal with camaraderie.
Okay.
The good camaraderie. I love it.
Well, I can say that this has been a very interesting conversation and very enlightening at the same time. We definitely gonna have to do it again because we didn't get to anything I had planned.
I know. I was going off. This was a conversational style type. I was just leading, honey.
I mean, and that's fine. That's what's dope about this show because that's what it is. It's open dialogue and things can go left and which is fine with me because that's what I want. I want those real conversation, real thoughts, and I don't want people to, think that this has ever been scripted or anything like that because that's not who I am. I'm not all right, I gotta go outside and be this person today. That's hard putting up a facade every day, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how people could do it. I did that in relationships in the past, and it's just like it was hard trying to be on all the time, and it took me
Mm-hmm.
years to realize like that's that's not what's going to make you happy. That's not who you truly are, and a lot of people need to realize that like whenever you get out of a relationship and you feel like a weight's been lifted, like literally, like you can breathe
Mm-hmm.
now and you free and you're back to yourself. That's not that wasn't the thing that you needed, and you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't go back because you miss that person or you're lonely and no shit like that.
Or really, people just be horny. Just go flick the beam, or flick string the drum.
Okay. No comment. This lady right here is off the hook, people. I just want y'all to know that. And you can find her everywhere podcasts are available. all social media platforms. I believe it's the Kyndra Crump Show, correct?
That's right. And Kyndra with a Y. So actually, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret about myself. So my name actually, and I still spell it, the correct way, especially when I'm, doing business, when I'm professional. Like when I sent Big T a DM, I spelled my name correctly. I'm not doing no stage name. I hate when men be trying to holler at me and say, "What's your name?" Oh, my name Drip. Skirt. Goodbye, sir. But my name is actually spelled with an E in the correct way, like on my birth certificate. But the reason I changed it from the E to the Y was because easier to find me. It's like, going to try to, locate your favorite porn. It has to have a specific name so it could pop up on page one.
Mm-hmm.
You spell it with a Y. Guess what? I'm on page one. You spell my name with an E, you on page 30 trying to find me. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, my name on the Kyndra Crump Show. So yes, Kyndra with a Y. So Kyndra space CR R's in rump because I got a fat one. UME. Okay, show. So go on, yes, all anywhere. I post my podcast on my YouTube channel. Y'all, my YouTube channel's doing numbers. Right now I got 1.19K subscribers. I need y'all to run it up, okay? Run it up like y'all used to do back in the day. Run up your little phone bill trying to talk to some little peanut head boy that's probably in jail right now. Okay, run up it up, honey. Run it up. Okay, so go to YouTube, type in just Kyndra Crump. So KY, N as in Nancy, D as in David, R as in Robert, A as in Apple, space people, space. Okay, C as in cat, R U, M as in Mary, P as in Paul. Click to subscribe, please. My DMs, like y'all can hit me in my DMs, but if y'all start talking some fugazi type mess, okay, scene every time. Be normal, man. Y'all see it. Like, and here's the thing. I know I'm not the best looking woman in the world. I'm not the worst looking woman in the world. There's some of you women, y'all look like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around y'all's head, okay? And if you don't think you do, ask me. I'll let you know, okay? I got good taste in men and women. I know what the real is. And a lot of you women over here wearing all this makeup and weaves, you take that makeup and lashes and the weaves off. A lot of y'all look terrible, okay? You look terrible. All right, look worse than Raggedy and the doll. Okay, back to what I was saying. So Instagram, idolized dynasty. I as in igloo, D as in David, O as in Oscar, L as in Larry, I as in igloo, Z as in zebra, E as in echo, D as in David, Y as in young, N as in Nancy, A as in apple, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, Y as in young. So IDOLIZEDYNASTY. All right, and y'all please, listen. Yeah, keep doing what y'all been doing. I want y'all to please go after your dreams, man. Do not give up on your dreams. Like the Reverend Bishop DJ from Hustle and Flow said, everybody's got a dream. Okay? And you guys go after your dreams. Don't allow people to not tell you that you can't do nothing, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. If you and you be good at it. If you want to be a pimp, you put Bishop Don Juan to shame. If you want to run a drug cartel, be the biggest, be the Don. You put Big Meech. You put Ricky Freeway, Ricky Ross, not this Rick Ross Negro. He stole his name from him. Y'all know what he was before he was a rapper. Go Google it. Y'all put all those people to shame, man. You want to be a prostitute, you just out there, just spread those lips, okay? And just go. Fly away to the next, corner. All I'm just trying to say is this. Y'all can do anything that you got put your mind into. And I'm telling you this, I'm serious when I say this. If you want to be an author, do it. If you need help, ask. There's somebody out there who will help you. And not everybody's going to give you a chance. Not everybody's going to want to see you do great. People are going to try to make you prostitute yourself so you can be on. Do not do it, guys. Whatever you do, stay true to yourself. Most definitely, please stay prayed up. I don't know. If you don't believe in God, you better believe in him now before the rapture comes back. Because last thing you want is to be walking around with all these zombies or whatever it says in Revelation. Okay? Y'all don't think it's true, but it is. All right? Find a God to believe in. The trees don't count as gods, okay? Stop worshiping Sphinx cats, okay? Stop that. Alien, stop that mess. I'm gonna pray to the universe. Negro, are you crazy? And y'all be the ones trying to holler at me in my DMs. If you don't get your demonic self on somewhere, all right, I'm done talking.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another dope conversation with a newly found friend of mine, Kyndra Crump, who is off the hook even at 8:30 in the morning. But this has been dope, and we're going to call this Kyndra Crump's interview part 1 and part 2 coming soon. I am your host, the Landover Legend, aka Big T, and this has been another installment of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. I can't, with a K, make this up podcast. Available everywhere podcasts are available in all social media platforms. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I Can't Make This Up podcast. And until next time, see you when you see you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all these platforms. Leave a comment if you have a problem or anything like that. And I will definitely send you an invite to the block party. You know what I'm saying?
And I hope y'all catch a Charlie horse if y'all ain't doing what this Negro said, man. He's a nice guy, okay? He used to beat up he used to fight Suge Knight back in the day, all right? But Suge Knight's too scared to talk about that because he know what time it is, okay? He broke into jail and beat up Suge Knight. And he got out. And nobody knows about it except y'all now. But don't tell nobody.
So right. I broke in the jail to beat up a blind person?
That man ain't blind. Stay woke. He's just saying that. He's just saying that so he can get some type of leeway because he knows what time it is. He knows his time is up. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Suge Knight's actually really attractive, and I'm gonna send him a letter. I'm gonna put it in Braille though, just in case he might really be blind. All right.
All right. All right. Signing off for now. We'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.